Never has such a wide variety of characters been meticulously gathered into one beautiful roster. Just look at all of these anime boys and how unique they all are. But there is one question that no one has been brave enough to ask before. What are their politics? So in a venture that has never been taken up by anybody, ever, I will be placing every Super Smash Bros. Character on the political compass using well-reasoned facts and logic. But since I'm incredibly lazy, I'm just going to do the original 12 for this video. Let's not waste any more time.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing that can be said about Mario, it's that everybody loves him. Find me someone who would turn down a chance to play a round of Mario Kart Wii, and I'll show you someone whose depravity is on the level of the worst monsters in history. But you see, that's the problem. Mario is the Dwayne Johnson of video games. He relies so much on mass appeal that he can't afford to have political opinions. So, maximum centrism. Very cringe. Now, some might argue that Mario's alleged illicit performance-enhancing drug use may indicate a slight libertarian bent, but all power-ups have recognized medicinal use according to the Mushroom Kingdom FDA. Trust me, my dad works at Nintendo and asked Reggie personally.
Here we go.
Okay, this is an easy one. Libertarian right, no question about it. Look, why did DK go after the Kremlings? They took his stuff.
How could this happen to me?
DK just wants to chill and eat his golden bananas, but you mess with his property and he's coming for you. DK is definitely a fitness bro, and he definitely went bananas when he had the mask up in 2020. I hear his podcast is pretty popular, though some people say he's been going off the deep end in the past few years. And that last comedy special? I'll let you decide.
I'd shower you with coconut cream pies.
What were we talking about again? Link is a man of contradictions. On the one hand, in the original Zelda, his shield bears a cross on it, and he'd use the Bible to burn trees. I think it was a Bible. I'm not gonna look it up. Can you burn trees with Bibles? Because that would be badass. Also, when he saves Zelda in A Link to the Past, where does he take her? He takes her to a church. Hey, Link's religious, probably some sort of Christian. And in America, the only country that matters, Christians tend to lean authoritarian right to a greater degree than most other demographics. It should be an obvious placement on the compass, no? Well, not so fast. Look at what he's wearing.
Look what she's wearing.
You can still call me Linky Winky.
How many traditionally masculine men in America run around in a skirt? And let's not even get started with the unambiguous cross-dressing. Link would probably be arrested in certain states running around like that. Oh, and well, there's the simple fact that Link is super gay. Or possibly ace.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
One thing is for certain, he has zero interest in women. I mean, how many straight dudes are gonna say no to the hot fish lady?
I kept slipping and burning my thighs.
And I don't think there's anyone out there who respects personal property less than Link does. Then again, as an agent of the state, who's gonna stop him? I'm gonna place him slightly authoritarian and pretty far left.
Sir, finishing this fight.
Now, Metroid's an interesting one. Obviously, her bread and butter is private military contract work to root out and eliminate non-governmental enemies of the state. And it seems like she's got a pretty good working relationship with the government. On the other hand, Metroid is definitely a maverick. We know she's willing to violate orders when the stakes are high enough, such as destroying billions of dollars of private property and military research to prevent the genocidal plague from infesting the galaxy. And she also stopped the fascistic alien from instituting a galactic ethno-state. So it's safe to say that she is both anti-authoritarian and anti-fascist, which safely lands her in libertarian left. But not as far as you'd think. I mean, did you play Other M? Metroid is supposed to be the example of strong women in gaming. But she fell in line with her incompetent former CO and ended up getting most of his squad killed as a result.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Well, we all have room to grow. Slightly libertarian, moderately left. By the way, remember when Metroid and Halo fought each other in that one video? Man, Good times. Monty Ohm was a rad dude. Okay, this is another easy one. Yoshi are incredibly communal, collaborating to save Baby Mario and sharing the labor, clearly showing the spirit of a worker co-op. And aside from that, when they aren't working together, they're usually hanging around that tree and getting super happy together. Not to mention how much they love Touch and Fuzzy. Yoshi is definitely far left and a bit libertarian. I also heard that Yoshi's almost worked out those tax issues with the IRS.
I think you can avoid paying your taxes.
It was a big misunderstanding, and he's going to release his tax returns as soon as they finish the audit. He promises. Alright, here's a big one. We can all agree that Kirby is based, right? In fact, Kirby is the most based. Based and pink-pilled. Let's take a look at the evils that Kirby has fought. Big business, religious death cults, an authoritarian pretending to be an ANCAP, and a bee for some reason. A bee. Wait a minute. Bees are naturally monarchical.
Monarchical.
Kirby says nuts to all of them. He thinks that people should get to live happy, harmonious lives with each other. And he even believes in restorative justice. Half the guys he's beaten up ended up being pals with him later. Kirby is as libertarian left as it gets. Okay, there was that one time Karl Marx went Joker mode and tried to take over the universe, but Kirby gave him a Snickers and then they're back to being friends. And look, if you need absolute proof that Kirby has been completely Bernie-pilled, what does he do after deposing Dreamland's dictator in the first game? He takes the wealth of the bourgeoisie and redistributes it to the people. No question here as far as Kirby goes. Also, we know he's a strong advocate for sharing resources, such as food. A very strong advocate.
But what about a weapon? Why couldn't I bring my blaster?
Fox McCloud is a textbook authoritarian right vision of heroism. Long family military tradition, a private military contractor who solely works for what is clearly an authoritarian ethno-state, and they love their PMCs. As Cornerian autocrat General Cornelius Pepper says,
"This is one steep bill, but it's worth it."
And, to further demonstrate Fox as an example of great man theory, his wingmen are worse than useless.
Let me handle this.
Get back here!
Existing only to elevate his skills. And look, there's also the whole ethnic cleansing undertones that appeals to certain parts of the authoritarian right spectrum. I think we should just leave it at that.
Wow, she's beautiful.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's the fairy!
Pikachu is a rat. Pikachu is a rat. I will comment no further.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario!
Luigi time, motherfucker!
We've already talked about Mario being the ultimate centrist. But what about his brother? We've established that Mario is laser focused on his public image, so even the threat of controversial politics causes familial strife. In fact, we have leaked video of a recent confrontation between the two brothers about Luigi's politics. So what are his politics? Well, if Mario is the ultimate centrist, then it stands to reason that Luigi is the ultimate radical. That's right, he is simultaneously on all four corners of the political compass. Protector of an oppressive authoritarian monarch, and establishing his place in the hierarchy by sleeping with another. Authoritarian right. Conspiratorial ghost-catching scam artist. Libertarian right. Secretly writing Maoist literature in his brother's basement. Authoritarian left. And I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. But this is the kind of thing that only a libertarian left person would be willing to actually do. Luigi's ways are beyond the comprehension of mere mortals. Bask and quake in fear as Luigi mocks your preconceived notions of political action.
I got it wrong.
Let's get back to something normal, which is probably the first time Earthbound has ever been described in such a way. Okay, let's take a look at those villains that Ness stands against. We got the Klan. Got big city politicians. Hell, he even fought a Kraken. And maybe you think a Kraken is apolitical because only gods, weird squid dudes, and freaky fish guys can summon those? But we have one other person who claims to be able to pull that off.
And I'm going to release the Kraken.
The final boss is an abortion allegory, or something like that. And Ness is the one performing the operation by throwing a spirit bomb at it. And hey, we got cops. That's right. Cute Peanuts-looking Ness. He uses a baseball bat to break the cop's knees. No question here. Ness is an Antifa super soldier, and that's as solidly libertarian left as it gets. Here he is, the Chad among Chads. I know I said DK was a gym bro, and he is, but Cap takes it to a whole new level. This guy's hitting his calorie and macro goals to the dot on a daily basis. And of course he's a successful bounty hunter and space NASCAR driver, and we know how people who watch that are. Captain Falcon is the ultimate model of self-improvement, and that definitely affects his politics. He's libertarian right because he holds everyone to the same standard that he holds himself. And he wants everyone to self-actualize their full potential. Why do you think he's always asking people to show him their moves?
Show me a move. Show me a move. Ooh, my bush.
That being said, he's not loud about his politics. He actually gets a little annoyed when his buddies run their mouths without knowing what they're talking about. This has caused some low-key friction between him and DK. But hey, Spotify didn't give Cap hundreds of millions of dollars, so what does he know? Are you enjoying the joke where Donkey Kong is Joe Rogan? Well, that's where the original Super Smash Bros. Fighters fall on the political compass. Disagree? Well, let me know in the comments, even though you're objectively wrong. And if you ask nicely enough, I might put the Melee characters on the chart in time for the next election, assuming America hasn't fallen into the ocean or something like that. Smack that belly, leave a rude comment, I'll see you whenever I feel like it. Now I must get back to my furry studies folder.